Hi, I'm Kathy Amos, broker of record at Peak Professionals Realty, and today we're here with Candace Keeling and Reggie and Cheddar to talk about Airbnb, the rule changes and stuff, because Candace does a lot of Airbnb. So Candace, can you just let us know how things have sort of changed with that respect?
Yeah, so for Airbnb, the first thing they implemented was no more vacation stays, which obviously changed the amount of bookings that most people were getting. So that was the first kind of hurdle to get over. There was going to be less people using the platform. And then the next thing that they've implemented now is that if you are hosting a healthcare worker, then you have to have 3 days off in between bookings in order to properly clean and vent out the listing. And they've also sent out tips to hosts, or you can send it to your cleaner if you don't clean your own, to make sure that everything's cleaned properly in between bookings if you are renting to the healthcare professionals. It's getting this wild.
That's okay. I just don't want the dog to see it. Anyway, so 3 days, so there's no exception to that rule, and that's just with healthcare workers, not with regular stays.
No, because as you know, my partner Justin has his duplex, half of it is an Airbnb. So I was talking to him yesterday and he didn't know that this was going to happen. So Airbnb went in and canceled the reservation that had been too close to the 3 days. And I guess when you're booking on the guest side, they ask you if you are a healthcare worker. So the one critique that I would say about the situation is that the hosts don't know in advance. So they ask the traveler, but they don't tell the host. And then Justin had another cancellation due to that.
Okay, so I guess then a host needs to educate themselves and then get in contact with the guest directly and ask them that question so that they know what's going on.
Well, I don't believe in Instabook, which is where that people can book the listing instantly. Like, I'm so against that. So if you have Instabook, you can't really vet the people. But if you don't have it, then you can ask them, what are you doing here? Why do you need to stay? Blah, 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 blah. I've also replied to healthcare workers to just say, I'd really prefer if you know that you're going to be in the area doing healthcare situation, would you be willing to book at like a 2-week period or a 1-month period, and this is the place that you go, and then you get a discount, and then that way we don't have to like clean the Airbnb and keep having 3-day breaks in between shorter bookings.
Right, because you're renting for less money as well, right? So those
Yeah.
3 days aren't rented, plus you've got the cleaning costs. Now with cleaning, I know normally with Airbnb that there is a cleaning cost for most stays. Is that the same now, or is that changed?
I mean, I would say that if it wasn't because of COVID-19, that you would up the cleaning fee in this situation, but due to the nature of less people traveling and more listings being available, like the best way to get booked right now is to lower the price. I have a lower vacancy rate than most hosts, and the reason for that is because even before all this happened, I always will follow up with my calendar and make sure I lower the price a little bit each day as we come up to the date to make sure I get booked. Because
Right.
I'm a big believer in like getting some money is better than no money. But it's the same that a lot of people are probably having to do that now because there's so fewer people traveling.
Right. Well, you wouldn't really have any reason to travel unless you maybe had a medical stay or something, right?
Which is like one of my places is booked right now with a mom and her daughter, and the mom had surgery. London does host a lot of different cancer treatments, and there's a lot of different stuff that goes on at Victoria Hospital that I don't know if a lot of people know about that. So people that need to recover and can't drive 6 hours north or whatever after from surgery or something like that and need to be near the hospital, like those people still need long-term stays. So
Right, for sure. Okay. Well, it sounds like just a different way of doing business right now.
yeah, I think we all have to adapt in any way that we can. Feeling upset about what's going on, like I understand that, and I went through that myself. But as soon as we figure out a different way to do business and support each other too, and supporting the medical workers, we can all move forward in a positive way. So I think Airbnb has sort of transferred into doing that for this situation.
Great. Well, that's good information, Candace. Thanks for sharing it.
Thanks, Kathy.
Okay, we'll hopefully see you soon.
Yep.
Bye. Okay.